Hey everyone, welcome to our Lotus Lounge. Today we are going to be talking about redefining beauty through natural skincare. And unfortunately, Chad is not with us today. We are going to miss him so much, but Chad will be joining us again next week, next Thursday, same time. So today we're talking about redefining beauty through natural skincare, and I have a very special guest on with me today. But for the most part, we are going to be talking about how natural skincare is a holistic approach that prioritizes using natural and sustainable skincare products and ingredients that not only enhance one's beauty, but enhances one's overall health. And that is truly so important. It's not just about feeling amazing, no, it's not just about looking amazing, it's about feeling amazing as well. That's our motto: feel amazing, look amazing. Look amazing, feel amazing. So this approach really challenges the conventional beauty approach, beauty standards that tend to rely on synthetic ingredients, heavy makeup, and invasive cosmetic procedures. So I want to introduce you to my very special guest today, Claudia Woolard. She is the maker, formulator, and owner of Black Cat Natural Products, also known as Black Cat Soaps. And she has the same approach as we do. So we thought it would be really interesting if we had a conversation together. Um, and she can also share in her expertise and tell you a little bit about her products, introduce her overall concept to you. So, welcome, Claudia, to the Lotus Lounge. We are so happy to have you.
Thank you, Carrie. I'm happy to be here. And I'm so happy you invited me to do this too, because
Yeah.
we talked about it in the past that we would like to do something like this together. And so I'm just happy we can do this today, tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And so we wanted to make it really easy for our audience to understand some basic concepts of natural skincare. So we broke it down into three key points to natural skincare. So just embracing these three key points is going to set you on that journey of discovering natural skincare for yourself. Because honestly, Claudia and I have been practicing natural skincare for some time, and we are really excited and happy to share some of our tips with you. So let's go on to number one. Number one tip is embracing your natural skin. And what does this mean? It means that we need to start accepting and loving the skin in its natural state. And I know this can be really challenging for people. A lot of my clients share with me that they don't like to leave their house without makeup, and it's like a big deal to them leaving the house without makeup. Not something that they like to do. And also realizing that your skin is your largest organ. It's an organ, and it's not separate from your internal organs and systems. It all works in concert. And I think when you start to think of your skin as an organ, it sets a different trajectory of care. So what are your thoughts around this, Claudia, about embracing your skin in its natural state?
Well, I think it's really important that everybody realizes, understands, we don't have to all look alike. Beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, forms, colors, and so on. And the the skin is well, accepting yourself, accepting your skin, how you look. It's part of loving yourself for the unique creation that you are. Um, and also, I think too that the skin is a mirror of what's going on inside. It's a mirror of what's going on inside physically, emotionally, spiritually, all three things. And if you are healthy, you need to be healthy in all three areas. You need to be healthy physically, spiritually, and emotionally, and that all shows up in your skin, in your attitude, and how you feel about yourself. And those three things, when everything's in sync, I think that then you can say, yes, I have good health. And if you have good health, then you have good skin, and if you have good health, like you have beautiful skin. You know, you're at your most beautiful when you have good health because it kind of shines forth. I think and but to be healthy, you need to have a clean body. You need to be clean inside as well as outside. And
Very good. And I know you and I talked a little bit about this a couple days ago where we were just delving into this topic a little bit, that you had taken a picture of yourself, or
mhm,
a picture was taken,
right.
and then when you went back to that picture, and maybe at that time you weren't feeling very good, you
Hmm.
could see it like hindsight is 2020, but then
Yeah.
you could see in your eyes, in your general vitality, your skin
Hmm.
radiance, it was off.
Yes, definitely. And also the thing is, I didn't realize it either at the time because when things are starting to go wrong, like in what happened with me, it's so gradual, unless you have something catastrophic happening. But other than that, it tends to be gradual. And you look at yourself and you say, well, that's just the way I look. And, or, that's just the way I'm feeling right now. And, but when you, so what happened with me, I did have a health challenge that I had to take care of last January, but it kind of came to a head in December. And this picture that you're referring to and that we were talking about was taken sometime early December or maybe late November, or something like that. And it was just a casual picture. And but when I went back to it, I said, "Oh my goodness, how could I not realize something was off?" Yeah, so there's little clues, but um,
And your skin is a big clue.
yes,
And
yes,
so many skin issues are systemic issues, internal, and the origin is inside. Whether it's due to, well, it's usually a combination of things. Usually digestive, stress, immune. Um, so it is a complex system, and so we need to look at it as such. It's not just a simple, oh, give me that latest cream or give me that latest serum. It's just gonna do magic. It's usually
yes,
not the
yes, yeah.
case. It's
Or
like,
the makeup, or the makeup.
or the makeup. Yeah,
Yes,
it's a holistic approach, and
yes.
holistic means a whole. Viewing
Mhm,
the body as a whole,
mhm.
and realizing. I'll reiterate that the skin is an organ and it's not separate from your internal organs and body systems. So, okay, that's a really good first step. As soon as you can change your mindset like that, like my skin is an organ, it sets a whole new journey for you.
Yes, yeah. And then you can look at your skin too. Like say for example, you're breaking out. Well, then you can look at it and say, okay, why am I breaking out? Am I breaking out because I'm having a reaction to a new product I tried, a new makeup, a new whatever? Or am I not feeling quite right? Or did I eat something? If it's systemic, I mean, if you have it for a while, then if I had something like that for a while, then I would start thinking, okay, what's going on in my body? That's my skin is telling me something. My skin is telling me, something's off. You're out of balance. Something's off kilter here.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. So, moving on to number two,
Hmm.
number two point, key point, and this seems so simple. You know, it's like I'm going to say it, and people are going to be like, okay, well, that's okay. But there's more to it.
Right.
Um, that second key point is cleansing the skin gently. And what that means is using a mild, pH balanced cleanser and or soap that doesn't strip your skin's delicate barrier. You know, your skin has a barrier. It's composed of fatty acids and microbes, of course, but they call it the acid mantle of the skin. And when you strip that barrier, you really create a havoc of irritation, dehydration. I mean, the skin has a certain look to it when you're using harsh cleansers and soaps. Um, but that is like the basis of good skincare. And a lot of times with my clients, you know, so many estheticians try, and I'm just, and just skin professionals in general will try to sell, for lack of a better term, but they'll sell them a cream or something that is geared to create change in their skin, a cream or a serum, something that's a little bit more potent with the ingredients, more targeted for, you know, a certain result in the skin, rather than getting back to basics. And so me personally, I like, one of the first things I like to give my clients is a cleanser, a good cleanser that's going to support their skin at home. And so, this is such a great opportunity for us to just introduce a couple of our products.
Hmm.
So, real quick, before I give it over to you, Claudia, I just want to, because I'm very excited about this. Um, we just launched our new cleanser, uh, part of our Desert Love collection. It's called Desert Love Succulent Cleanser, and it's a very gentle cleanser. I like to say it's reminiscent of the desert rain. That's truly what it reminds me of when I smell it, is when I go outside and it's just before a rainstorm. Very similar, but it's pH balance. It's very gentle. It's not going to strip your skin, and it's full of great natural ingredients. A lot of these ingredients are food grade ingredients that you could eat. Although I don't think you'd want to eat this cleanser; it wouldn't taste very good. But essentially, you could eat it if you
Yeah,
want.
you could.
I'm not going to demonstrate that either. Um, but yeah, we just launched this cleanser. Very excited. And with that, Claudia, is there a product you want to talk about that is going to cleanse your skin gently?
Yes, yes. But before I do that, I do also want to say that I have your Desert Love face serum, I
Oh,
believe, right?
which
Your newest
which
one?
one?
I think your newest one,
Oh, the Nopal
the
serum.
Nopal, and that I love that. That feels so good on your skin. If you know, I cleanse with my my soap and things like that, and then what I normally do is I follow up with using your Nopal oil. It just goes right into my skin. Feels very good. Really like it. So
Oh, thank you. And I'm so glad that you're using a good cleanser with it, because when somebody, you know, purchases my cleanser and I'm like, what type, what, or not purchases my serum, sorry.
yeah.
When they purchase my serums, either one, I'm like, oh, what cleanser are you using? Don't
Oh
ruin
yes,
that thing.
that makes such a difference because when somebody buys my soap, for example, and then I'll follow up, in about a week or so. I say, well, how did you like it? And a lot of times people will say, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Tried it right away. But then there's always somebody who says, well, I haven't tried it yet because I'm still using up my old soap. But your old soap, your old soap is drying your skin. And, that's one, oh my goodness. So, um, because I don't know, for me, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that. It's like, I want to try something I know is going to be good for my skin because what I was using before wasn't working. And now I want
Right.
to have something that will work. Um, but anyway, that's just how people are, you know.
Right.
Uh,
They want to conserve their investments, you know.
yes, yeah, yeah, and
But you're thinking just throw it out.
that's what I would do. That's what I would do. But anyway, it's just something. Okay, so about my soaps and why my soap um, is so much better is because number one, the soap products that I make, the raw materials that I use, they're 98% organic. So that's huge right there. Um, the other thing is for scent, I only use pure essential oils. I don't use flavor oils or perfume of any type because they're chemical. They're made in a chemical lab. All right, so they're not natural. And I color my soaps with, I either use cosmetic clay, which is excellent for your skin, and um, the clay gives you minerals and other other I want to say vitamins, but minerals really pop into my head for the clays because you absorb that um, as you're using the product. Plus, it gives you a very creamy experience, with the soap, and it leaves your skin feeling absolutely wonderful. Your skin feels so smooth. It does not feel dry. It feels moisturized. It's just so good. Sometimes I use plants and once in a while certain oils I can use too for color. And so that's all I use. My base of it's either goat's milk or shea butter or just a straight glycerin soap. I specialize in those three. Um, the goat's milk I specialize in because the fat in it supports your skin immunity. It helps to manufacture vitamin D too. Goat's milk has a lot of pluses to it. Shea butter is skin softening, it's soothing, it's moisturizing, and that has also natural vitamin A and vitamin E in it. And they're both very very good for softening wrinkles and moisturizing, so it minimizes those fine lines because it doesn't make it dry, it doesn't make it tight. And the glycerin soap that I make, it reduces inflammation. It's very soothing. Everything is soothing. Everything's really good for your skin. It feels good. It looks good, and it feels good the next morning too. When you wake up and you say, oh my gosh, my skin feels so nice." You know. So anyway, so that's a little bit about what I make.
Well, and I just want to mention quickly that Chad and I use your soaps, and we absolutely love them. And you are definitely correct that your soaps do not leave a dry, tight feeling on the skin, which is really, really nice. The skin feels soft and it feels supple,
Clean.
and it feels
Yes.
clean too.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
And
not like there's a film or anything.
no, that's correct. No film. And also, you can use my soaps in different ways. I mean, obviously, you use face and body, but you can use it for shaving. I have customers who use it as a shaving bar.
I use it as a shaving bar as well.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
do too. Yeah. And also, like, I save my little slivers when they get down, to the point where, okay, well, it's small enough, I don't really want to use it anymore. But I save them and I put them in my laundry room. And if I have a spot on one, piece of clothing, and regular washing didn't get it out, then I will take that that little bar of soap, which is maybe about like so high, and I just rub that into the cloth, and so I get it real good into the cloth, and then I scrub it like this, and then I throw it in the wash, and then that usually takes out spots too. So
Wow, it's multi-purposeful.
well, yeah, it can be. I mean, it's limited by your own imagination, however you want to use it. So, kind of.
That's awesome. And I think this is such a great segue into the third tip. Um, the third tip is to prioritize ingredients and start reading labels.
Mm,
Pay attention to what is in your skincare products. So many times you can tell that it's a synthetic chemical, synthetically derived, made in a lab ingredient. You can just
mhm,
tell.
mhm.
Um, and look for natural plant-based ingredients. Now, on natural ingredient labels, there may be words you don't understand.
Right.
However, those those terms are set to have an international standard. So typically, it's like the Latin name of
Hmm.
the ingredient. Latin,
Right.
correct? Um,
A lot of times it is Latin. Yeah. Yes.
and they call it the inky name, inky,
Yes.
INCI.
Hmm.
And then a lot of times in parentheses, it'll be the common name for that ingredient.
Right.
So, just keep in mind that you will see this a lot with all products, but especially those natural organic products that you may think is going to be, oh, I know what all this is, but then it seems to be in a
Right.
different language.
And
Um,
also, as you were talking, I just thought of something. Uh, Frequently, when you read your list of ingredients, there are catch-all terms. So it looks okay on the surface. Like, for example, it'll have X amount of items, and then it'll say fragrance, and that's it. Well, what's in fragrance? That covers a lot of territory right there. Right?
Yeah, there could be 100 ingredients in that one
It
little
could be,
word.
it could be, and none of them are natural. so, so yeah. So there's like little catch-all things too that you need to watch out, or at least question.
Right. And I like to um, advise that when you're looking at ingredients, there's certain ingredients you typically want to avoid. I mean, some of them people are very, well aware of,
Mm,
like parabens. Wow, parabens, that name is just everywhere, and
right.
it's all over labels, paraben free. And
Right.
um, but parabens are one, phthalates, the PEGs, the PEGs, the sulfates,
Mm-hmm.
synthetic fragrances, like you said, uh,
Mm-hmm.
the glycols, butylene and propylene glycol.
Right.
So these are some of the ingredients that you're going to want to avoid in your skincare products.
Right. And
Uh,
even mineral oil too. You would think, oh, I know what that is, but that's a petroleum-based product.
right, and that's not very sustainable, nor is it really that,
Right.
nor is it good for your skin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want to put like crude oil on your skin, right?
No, no, thank you.
That's how I think. Anyway.
Yeah, so reading labels is super, super important. I highly advise my clients and whoever's watching to pay attention, because these ingredients can disrupt your hormones, disrupt your cellular function, hence carcinogenic, create allergies, induce hypersensitivity, these hypersensitive immune reactions,
Hmm.
um, and also and just overall not support your health. So if you have any kind of health challenge that you're dealing with and you're trying to heal from, remember that your skin absorbs about 70% of what you apply to it. And these ingredients are not boosting health, it's doing the opposite. So it's so important. I think people don't realize how important it is. It's super, super important.
Right.
It is a part of your wellness lifestyle, your wellness program, regime, ritual, whatever you want to call it. It is a definite important factor.
Hmm.
So, um, I guess with that being said, it's important to say beauty and beautiful skin go beyond the skin surface.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, view your skincare rituals as a part of your overall wellness lifestyle. Um, so before we come to an end here, Claudia, what is your favorite skin ritual?
Wow. Well, um, I knew you were going to ask me that, so I thought about it. I thought about it, and actually, I've got about three that I really like, and they're all my favorites at different times. And believe it or not, one of my favorite things is testing out the soaps and the other skincare products that I make, because not so much with the soap, but maybe with like some of the other skincare products. Um, I'm creating this, or I'm devising a formula for that, and I think one of our previous conversations, you said something about that. You kind of felt like you're a mad scientist in the kitchen, you know, and that's some of the fun part of it, the creating, the figuring out what it should be, so the testing of the soap is a big thing. It's a lot of fun for me. But I also like using like my weekly, or sometimes I'll do it twice a week. I'll do a clay mask, and that's very relaxing. And I really like the way my skin feels after I do that. So that's another big thing that I like. And the using that gua sha technique with the face oils and stuff, that's a favorite too. So those are my three favorite things to do.
Well, I have to say, your skin looks radiant.
Oh, good. Thank
And I,
you. Thank
yeah,
you.
it really, really does. Like, just over the months, just looking at your skin, and it
Mhm.
really looks good, great. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so, how can people contact you, find you, if they would like to purchase some of your products?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can go to my website, which is blackcatsoap22.com. Gotta make sure you put that 22 in there. You can find me at Facebook at BC Natural Soap, and that'll take you to my Black Cat page. And those are the two main ways,
And
Uh,
you can order on Facebook.
um, yes, but it really right now it refers you to, it shows you product, but it refers you to the web page at the moment on web,
Okay.
and then you can purchase it on the web page. Um, but I did bring out a couple, just to show real quick, um, like, oops, let's see if I can get it.
Ooh,
This is a goat's milk and a little bit of glycerin in there with activated charcoal. That's this soap. This is, and it's scented with mint, peppermint. This is fantastic. This soap, and this is a really beautiful shea butter soap. I call
mhm.
this lemon dream. It smells so good, and it feels just wonderful, as you're using it. And here's another shea butter and glycerin combination on here. So just
Wow, those are beautiful.
and
The lemon one really piques my
oh,
interest.
this is wonderful too, because this also has yellow clay in it, and that yellow clay is,
A kaolin,
yes,
yellow kaolin.
yes. And this has the green kaolin clay. in it. So, but this has charcoal. This does not have the clay, and they're all so good for your skin. It's just incredible. It's like night and day between this kind of soap and a commercial bar of soap. Just night and day, really.
I completely agree with you there. Absolutely. Um, well, I thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Oh, thank you for having me because I had such a good time.
Yes,
Very
it is. It is fun. It is fun.
fun.
So I want to just tell our followers that we'll be back next Thursday for our Lotus Lounge with Chad. We will be discussing redefining beauty through hormonal balance. That is our final topic of the series. Um, and of course, you can go to our website, lotusevolutions.com. You can email us at evolveyourself@lotusevolutions.com. Yeah, I think that's right. Does that sound right?
I think so. Yes.
Does that sound like an email? But anyway, I mean, I'd love to do this again and perhaps a different topic.
Yeah,
But
I would too. I would too.
oh, and you did want to say that you are going to start your own videos. That was another thing.
Yes, yes, I've been planning to do it for a while, and but one thing after another just kind of conspired, just kind of stopped me temporarily.
But
Anyway,
now your followers can look for your
yeah,
weekly or however you do it, bi-weekly videos. So I'm excited to see that as well.
yes, thank
So with that, I will end our video, our show for today, and you all have a beautiful week.
thanks. You too. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.